Force yourself to be consistent. The pursuit of any meaningful goal, whether it be mastering a new skill, building a successful career, cultivating healthy habits, or nurturing strong relationships, invariably encounters the formidable obstacle of inconsistency. The initial spark of motivation, the fervent enthusiasm that propels us forward in the nascent stages, often wanes under the relentless pressure of daily life, the allure of immediate gratification, and the inevitable setbacks that punctuate any journey of significance. It is in these moments of flagging resolve, when the path ahead appears arduous and the rewards seem distant, that the ability to force yourself to be consistent emerges not merely as a desirable trait, but as an indispensable cornerstone of achievement. The very notion of forcing oneself can evoke a sense of resistance, a mental friction that seems antithetical to the intrinsic joy and passion that ideally should fuel our endeavors. However, this forcing is not necessarily an act of brutal self-flagellation, but rather a deliberate and conscious act of overriding the transient whims and impulses that threaten to derail our long-term aspirations. It is about cultivating a disciplined mindset, a capacity to adhere to our commitments even when motivation falters, and to prioritize the overarching vision over the immediate comfort of inertia. The necessity of this self-imposed consistency stems from the fundamental principle that significant progress is rarely achieved through sporadic bursts of intense effort. Instead, it is the cumulative effect of small, consistent actions performed over time that yields transformative results. Just as a river carves its path through rock not through a single powerful surge but through the steady, relentless flow of water, so too do our consistent efforts gradually shape our skills, build our achievements, and mold our character. One of the primary reasons why forcing consistency is crucial lies in its ability to build momentum. Every consistent action, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect, reinforcing the desired behavior and making it easier to continue. Completing a workout makes it more likely you'll work out the next day. Writing a few hundred words builds momentum for the next writing session. Practicing a musical instrument regularly improves your skill, making practice more rewarding and thus more likely to continue. This positive feedback loop strengthens our commitment and gradually transforms the initial act of forcing into a more ingrained habit. Furthermore, consistency plays a vital role in overcoming the inevitable plateaus and setbacks that are inherent in any challenging pursuit. There will be times when progress seems to stall, when our efforts don't yield immediate results, or when we encounter unforeseen obstacles that threaten to derail our momentum. It is during these periods that the discipline of consistency becomes paramount. By forcing ourselves to continue even when motivation is low and progress is slow, we demonstrate resilience, learn from our challenges, and ultimately emerge stronger and more capable. Giving up during these difficult phases, on the other hand, not only halts our progress but also erodes our self-belief and makes it harder to persevere in future endeavors. The act of forcing consistency also cultivates a crucial element of self-trust and self-efficacy. When we consistently follow through on our commitments, even when it requires conscious effort, we build a track record of reliability with ourselves. This internal sense of dependability strengthens our belief in our ability to achieve our goals, fostering a sense of agency and control over our lives. Conversely, succumbing to inconsistency erodes this self-trust, leading to feelings of guilt, frustration, and a diminished sense of personal power. Moreover, consistency is essential for transforming desired behaviors into ingrained habits. Habits, by their very nature, require repetition and regularity to solidify. Initially, engaging in a new behavior might feel like a conscious effort, requiring deliberate intention and willpower. However, through consistent repetition, this behavior gradually becomes more automatic, requiring less conscious effort and becoming an integral part of our routine. Forcing ourselves to be consistent in the early stages lays the foundation for these habits to form, ultimately making it easier to sustain our efforts over the long term. The process of forcing oneself to be consistent is not about rigid adherence to an unyielding schedule, devoid of flexibility or self-compassion. Rather, it involves establishing clear goals, developing a structured plan, and then consciously choosing to adhere to that plan as consistently as possible, while also allowing for necessary adjustments and acknowledging moments of genuine fatigue or unforeseen circumstances. It is about finding a sustainable rhythm, a balance between disciplined effort and realistic expectations. So, how do we effectively force ourselves to be consistent? Several strategies can be employed. 1. Define clear and compelling goals. The foundation of consistency lies in having a clear understanding of what we are striving for and why it is important to us. When our goals are vague or lack personal significance, it becomes easier to succumb to distractions and lose motivation. Clearly defined goals, coupled with a strong sense of purpose, provide the necessary anchor to weather periods of low motivation and maintain consistent effort. 2. Break down large goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Overwhelmingly large goals can feel daunting and paralyzing, making it difficult to even begin, let alone maintain consistency. Breaking down these larger aspirations into smaller, more manageable tasks creates a sense of progress and accomplishment with each step, fostering motivation and making consistency feel less overwhelming. 3. Create a structured plan and schedule. Having a clear plan of action and scheduling specific times for working towards our goals helps to create a framework for consistency. By integrating our desired behaviors into our daily or weekly routine, we reduce the mental effort required to decide when and how to act, making it more likely that we will follow through consistently. 4. Establish accountability mechanisms. Knowing that we are accountable to someone else, whether it be a mentor, a coach, a friend, or even a public commitment, can provide a powerful external motivator for consistency. Sharing our goals and progress with others creates a sense of obligation and makes it less likely that we will abandon our efforts. 5. Track your progress. Regularly monitoring our progress provides tangible evidence of our efforts and reinforces our commitment. Seeing how far we have come can be a powerful motivator to maintain consistency, especially during periods when progress feels slow. Tracking can be as simple as ticking off tasks on a to-do list, using a habit tracker app, or keeping a journal of our accomplishments. 6. Implement reward systems. Recognizing and rewarding our consistent efforts, even in small ways, can help to reinforce positive behaviors and make the process of forcing consistency more enjoyable. These rewards don't have to be extravagant. They can be simple pleasures that we allow ourselves to enjoy after completing a consistent period of work or effort. 7. Minimize distractions and eliminate obstacles. Identifying and minimizing the distractions and obstacles that typically derail our efforts is crucial for maintaining consistency. This might involve creating a dedicated workspace, turning off notifications on our devices, or communicating our needs to others to ensure uninterrupted time for focused work. 8. Embrace imperfection and focus on progress, not perfection. The pursuit of perfection can often lead to procrastination and inconsistency. Fear of not doing something perfectly can prevent us from starting or cause us to give up when we encounter setbacks. It is important to embrace imperfection, focus on making consistent progress, and learn from our mistakes along the way. 9. Cultivate self-discipline and willpower. While motivation can be fleeting, self-discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when we don't feel like it. Willpower, like a muscle, can be strengthened through consistent practice. By consciously choosing to act in alignment with our goals, even when it requires effort, we gradually build our capacity for self-discipline and make consistency a more natural state. 10. Practice self-compassion and forgiveness. There will inevitably be times when we slip up and fail to maintain consistency. In these moments, it is crucial to practice self-compassion and avoid harsh self-criticism. Acknowledge the lapse, learn from it, and then gently redirect your efforts back towards your goals. Forgiving yourself for occasional inconsistencies prevents them from spiraling into complete abandonment. 11. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. While goals provide direction, it is the consistent engagement in the process that ultimately leads to results. By focusing on enjoying the process, finding satisfaction in the daily effort, and celebrating small wins along the way, we can make consistency a more sustainable and fulfilling endeavor. 12. Seek support and build a supportive environment. Surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals who encourage our goals and hold us accountable can significantly enhance our ability to maintain consistency. Sharing our journey with others can provide motivation, encouragement, and valuable perspectives. Forcing yourself to be consistent is not about suppressing your natural inclinations or living a life devoid of spontaneity. It is about consciously directing your energy and effort towards what truly matters to you, even when it requires overcoming inertia and resisting immediate gratification. It is about cultivating the mental fortitude to stay the course, to persevere through challenges, and to trust in the power of consistent effort to ultimately bring your aspirations to fruition. It is in this deliberate act of self-direction that true mastery, meaningful achievement, and lasting fulfillment are found. The journey may not always be easy, but the rewards of unwavering consistency are immeasurable, shaping not only our external achievements but also the very fabric of our character and our belief in our own potential.